What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1.
and today we're back at it answering more questions from you guys in another episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. I feel really animated today, so let's take the best, most difficult, longest question we can first.
And that one comes from none other than Brian BBB. If you guys could place the Primarchs pre-heresy on a tier list based on their fighting ability, who would go where?
So the key thing here is pre-heresy, so no Chaos Demons yet, or no Demon Primarchs, I should say. And also, just to let you guys know, I have realized that reading the old or the Primarch series books changes my perspective of each individual Primarch. So we've only read Angron, Magnus, Lorgar, and Ferrus Manus so far, right? Did we do Ferrus Manus?
Ferrus Manus we did. Yeah. Gorgon of Medusa.
And I don't even remember much of them. But anyways.
You said Lorgar, right?
Yeah, Lorgar for sure. So those are going to be like the solid ones, but the other ones we're kind of basing it off of what we understand from Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, and also like the Horus Heresy and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Horus Heresy tellings and stuff like that. So let's start off with the Lion. What tier would you put him on?
So the Lion is a beast. Obviously, he fought against Leman Russ, and these guys went on like a 1-day brawl, and none of them were giving any type of footing. So this guy is an expert warrior when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, and at the end of the day, he did kind of win, although he sucker punched Russ. So he's pretty up there when it comes to Primarch fighting.
Would you be comfortable giving him a B?
I think a solid B would be good.
Yeah. And again, we're basing it off of kind of like fighting prowess, not so much like military might or anything like that, because a lot of these Primarchs fought each other anyways.
Yeah.
So the next one is Fulgrim.
Fulgrim is an interesting one, because like his fights, it's either he's possessed by the demon or he's fighting kind of handicapped. The more I know about Fulgrim, like he's supposed to be an epic badass, but that's more of like possessed / demon Fulgrim. So I'm gonna have to go with a C.
Yeah, I agree, because on the one part he killed Ferrus Manus, so he's the only Primarch who killed another Primarch, but it wasn't really even him. It was the demonic version of him.
He put Guilliman on stasis. He would have killed him, but again, demon. Yeah.
And it was the poison thing too, right? The special blade.
Right.
But then at the same time, he's a perfectionist. So if you think of him going up against the Lion, both of them are swordsmen. I feel the perfectionist in him would cause him to lose against the Lion. So putting him at C and Lion B makes sense. Next one is Perturabo.
Ooh, Perturabo is like the underdog. I feel like people want to put him down in like the D's or even the F's, but I'm going to have to give him a C as well, because this guy went against a demon. Was it a bloodthirster or was it just a greater demon of Khorne? But he put the works on them.
Yeah, and so this is one of the Primarchs that was in the Primarch series, but he was in the Magnus book, and from the Magnus book, we learned that he's a really like amazing tacticianer.
Yeah.
You said C?
I'd say C.
C?
I put him right there with Fulgrim.
Yeah, I agree. I might even put him in B, but we'll go with C right now, just because of that concept of he's almost like a fucking computer.
Yeah.
Just a tacticianer, and him in battle, supposedly he's monstrous. He was able to like catch Magnus as Magnus was falling, and like Magnus is one of the bigger Primarchs. So this dude's massive.
Yeah, and he's also got like almost Terminator armor for a Primarch, so this dude's bulky, he's tough, he's durable.
Yeah.
Even his like weapons, where like most people are all about like close combat, this dude has like gauntlets and lasers and like technology that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so keeping him on C. Next one is Jagatai Khan.
Ooh, I'm gonna put him in B. This dude should have killed Fulgrim, but Fulgrim was already possessed. He does not stop. He is tenacity manifested into a living being. So this dude's an expert swordsman. I got to give him a B.
And he's fast.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about Jagatai Khan, but from my understanding, him and Leman Russ seem to be like the loyalist attack dogs. So, yeah, putting him at B. Well, yeah, I guess B. Because then the Lion versus Leman Russ beat the Lion, because I'm thinking ahead. So you're saying Jagatai Khan would beat Leman Russ?
It would be really close, but yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Because if he was able to beat Demon Mortarion, I think he could beat Lehman Russ.
And actually, Lehman Russ is the next Primarch. So Lehman Russ, do you think C or D?
It's top of C. Because he did take out Mr. Magnus the Red.
He did, yeah. He
Which
broke
was,
his back.
yeah. But at the same time, he was fighting on Tiska. The world's getting blown apart. His mental capacity is focusing on fighting his brother while also saving his sons, while also saving his world, while also getting his power dampened by the Sisters of Silence. So he's fighting like 20 wars all at once, and Lehman Russ barely manages to beat Magnus.
I feel like I would. So everything you're saying is correct. Although I think his like bloodlust or like his savagery, his feralness brings him to a low C for me. And obviously he got defeated by the Lion. And I know you said Magnus. He beat Magnus for sure, but then that just says more about Magnus than it does Lehman Russ,
I think so, yeah.
Also,
He fought against Horus too. Let's not forget that.
He did?
Yeah, with like the wolf spear and all that.
When he was empowered? Or not yet?
I don't think he was fully empowered, but still, this is Horus we're talking about.
Okay, C, he stays at C.
I'll keep him at a C.
Now my favorite, the Imperial Fist Rogel Dorn.
I'm gonna let you take this one.
Well, I'm gonna put him at A.
Of course you would.
Because he beat Alfarius.
Or was it Omega?
Or Omega.
Or was it just one of his regular run-of-the-mill Space Marines?
Well, no, it wasn't a regular Space Marine. It was definitely a Primarch. But I'm going to put him in A tier because I feel that Alfarius Omegon deserve S tier. But we'll get to that.
Okay.
He's also like, he's a dude that's going to get things done.
Right.
So I think I'm going to put him at A.
Okay. Is who's that? Is that
Corvus Corax.
Is that Corax or is that?
Yeah, it's Corax.
That is Corax, yeah. So Corvus Corax, at first I don't think much of him, but he took on Gilliman and the Lion at the same time and managed to escape.
Because he knows he's not going to die that way, though.
True.
So I think his...
The precognition.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. Have you seen the movie with, I think it's Hercules, with The Rock? There's one character that knows how he's going to die. So he runs out and spears are coming and they're like landing, but he doesn't die.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what Corvus Corax is. So it's kind of like a little... so you said B tier? Or
Corax. Shoot, I was thinking of Kurz.
Or this is Conrad Kurz, my bad.
Conrad Kurz, okay.
Yeah.
Kurz.
But it's the same situation.
Yeah, I'd say he's a pretty good fighter. I wouldn't put him into that echelon, so maybe a middle of the road C.
I would say D.
I was thinking D too, because that precognition carries him.
Because then at the end of the day too, like if you know you're not gonna die, why not try to like fucking kill everything?
Do the whole
Next one, Sanguinius.
Oh, A, hands down A. But at the same time, he's got that precognition.
Well, more so than S. Like, why not put him in S?
I won't put him in S because he knows he's gonna die against Horus.
Yeah.
So he can take on a Titan. He can take on Demon Angron. He can take on Bloodthirsters Kabanda. He could take on all the Space Marines and hold the wall. I mean, that's really badass, but I have to take him down a notch because it's not him doing it out of sheer expertise, tenacity, bloodlust. He's doing it because he knows he's not going to die. Yeah. So from S, I got to put him down to an A.
Sure, we'll go with A. And then the next one is Ferrus Manus.
He died first. Yeah. D. Or I'd say D. I don't think any Primarchs in F.
I mean, just for the sake of this, because like obviously we have to do something. I would say that I'm comfortable putting him in F just because we've read the Ferrus Manus books. Yeah, he's not that great of a dude.
No, he's bullying Space Marines.
Yeah. He's I was gonna say arrogant, but not even that. He's like, I don't even know. He's just stupid, I would say.
That's a good word.
Which is a huge surprise. And if you guys want more information on it, check out the OMS podcast channel. We do reviews, so we'll probably put out a review pretty soon. Yeah. But Ferrus Manus, for me, I feel like I'm comfortable putting him at an F.
Yeah, I'll say an F just for the lulz.
Yeah. The next one is Angron.
Angron is going in a solid B.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say A because this dude gets his ass beat more than he should. He's just rage. He's just a brawler. Like, he's fighting against anybody and anything he can get his hands on. If he had control of his anger, maybe, but I just can't see him putting him anywhere higher than a B.
Yeah, I really like the B because at the same time in the Angron book, there's a portion of it where he goes missing. He kind of runs away because he's throwing a little fit from his crusade. And then they find him, and then they find out, or like Karn goes looking for him, and the way that he tracks him down is he goes planet to planet, and he realizes like some of the best fighters and some of the biggest beasts have been destroyed by this massive man. Who is it? It's Angron. So Angron has been killing these basically monsters on each planet. I thought that was the dude knows how to fight.
So yeah, sticking it in B.
Yeah, B. Next one is Gilliman.
So here's the thing. I've said it time and time before. Gilliman he's one of the most blandest characters in my opinion, but this guy never turns down a fight. He fought against Magnus. He fought against Mortarion. He fought against Angron. He fought against Fulgrim. Did he win any of these fights? No. But he still fought nonetheless. So I'm going to put him at D.
D. That's what I was thinking too. Next one is Mortarion.
Mortarion's not a fighter. No. He's tough, I guess, but that was after he became a demon. When he was just a regular Primarch with the scythe. The scythe is not a good weapon. It's meant to cut weeds and grass. It's more of like an intimidation thing. Yeah. D.
D. Yeah, I agree. And then Magnus.
Magnus is interesting because are we going to count his psychic abilities as like his prowess in combat?
Yes, and the reason I think we should is because he uses it a lot. Although he holds himself back sometimes, but more importantly, he's been defeated by Leman Russ, which we put at C, right?
Yeah.
Or B.
B.
But then at the same time, from reading the Magnus book, yeah, he like was able to take a las cannon to the chest. He was able to. He was not the one that lifted up the Titan foot, right?
I think that was Vulcan.
Yeah. But he's been able to do all this stuff. Although I think in his arrogance, he's constantly fucking up. So I'm comfortable with putting him at either a C because of his psychic powers or a D because of his arrogance.
I'll keep him at C. Because if you put him at D, he's definitely the best of D. But I feel like there are people in C that will lose for him against him guaranteed.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I'll say just C.
C's a good one. The next one is Horus Lupercal.
Automatically, it's a B. He's pretty much the best of everything.
Yeah.
Like he's not overly powerful in any one field. He's just an overall well-rounded dude. So I think probably the top of B.
Yeah, I agree. Next one is Lorgar, and this is another one that we've read in the Primarch series. I'm comfortable with putting Lorgar in the F tier.
Yeah, I don't think he's a fighter. He didn't get really anything when it comes to like learning a martial art or any type of combat. He pretty much just relies on his Primarch physiology to carry him. So yeah, probably an F.
Yeah, and let's remember that yes, he defeated a bunch of really badass fighters, but at the end of the day, the important ones he defeated were defeated through like espionage and like making them do certain things.
Yeah.
The betrayal of Calth and all that kind of stuff. The next one is a Vulcan.
Vulcan's a big dude. He's tough. He's fast. But he does kind of lose kind of often. He got captured by curs. He got tortured.
He's a brute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would you say C? Because I don't think top of C or like close to C. Because him and Magnus fighting would be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know who would win between the two, honestly.
True. I was going to say D, but no, he's definitely better than a D. So C's fine.
Yeah, and now Corvus Corax.
Corax, he's all about stealth. He actually fought against Conrad Kurz, and I don't know if he was losing or if it was a standstill, but he was able to beat Lorgar pretty single-handedly.
He's the least Space Marine Primarch of all of the Primarchs.
Yeah, he uses a whip in combat.
Yeah, I think D is okay for me.
Yeah, top of D.
Yeah, and then last, Alfarius Omegon.
Here's the S. Sell it to me.
Because there's two of them.
Because there's two of them? I mean...
No, Alfarius and Omegon are the fighters within the Primarchs that use espionage within combat.
True.
Yeah. They are, what's his name? Dorn defeated Alfarius, but I think he didn't defeat him.
So it was Omegon.
It's Omega.
Sure, we'll go with an S. Let us know in the comments where you would rate these guys. Who's your S that should be on there instead of these guys?
I could already hear all the keyboards going because we put your Primarch at the bottom where they should have been at the top.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
This was one of those episodes where we just have to cover one question. We'll get to the other questions in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah. This was a fun one, guys. And as always, it's been the Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1.
And we are out of here.
Oh, I used to put my